In Tech Watch now, Apple announced that it's expanding its end-to-end encryption of iCloud data in a move that could further protect user data. However, it's getting some pushback from law enforcement officials around the globe. So for more on this, I want to bring in Sara Morrison. She is a senior reporter for Vox. Okay, Sara, first off, let's just talk about what this new enhanced end-to-end encryption means. What is it?
So basically, it means that your data is encrypted from everything except for you, or like your iPhone, whatever you say is like a trusted device, and that includes Apple, which means that if somebody hacks into Apple systems, or if law enforcement asks Apple for your data, Apple itself is not able to give it to them. They can't give it to them in a decrypted form. So that basically means that, that data is yours and only you can access it.
So this is sort of like part of Apple's brand. It's one of the things that they brag about, that they take our security, our information very, very seriously. But I remember the first time I sort of realized that this could be an issue was after the San Antonio shooting, I think in 2016. There was a husband and wife, and the FBI asked Apple to unlock the phone, and Apple refused to. And since then, it's been a growing concern that all the security, this heavy encryption, is actually really, really challenging for law enforcement. I imagine they're pushing back.
Oh, yeah. That was a slightly different case because it was the phone itself. And actually, and this was San Bernardino in California.
San Bernardino, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, actually, and in that case, I believe, or there's a couple of them, but in some of them, like the Apple actually has had to give law enforcement the stuff that was in like the iCloud. They couldn't do it on the phones itself. But the iCloud data that they gave was stuff that they could, or they had to, and it was unencrypted. So what this would have done, if they had enabled it, it would be they wouldn't have even been able to give law enforcement that. And so obviously, law enforcement wants all the information and data that it can get when it asks for it. This, means they would potentially get a lot less. So like, photos, notes, those are some of the things that were added, to this. And so, yeah, they've for a long time been against end-to-end encryption, or there not being some kind of backdoor, which their end-to-end encryption essentially means there isn't one. Because they want to have access to, all of this stuff. And when you think about all the stuff that you do, like on your phone or on your device, or that you might, put on a cloud server when you back that up, that's for a lot of us kind of our whole lives.
You said it. That's exactly the phrase I was thinking. This is obviously a topic that's not going to go away anytime soon, but I want to ask you about something else. Maryland has joined several states to ban TikTok on government devices, claiming that the company shares data with China. What do we know about whether or not the company shares data, what it does with its data? Do we have any confirmation of this sort of thing? What do we know?
Well, what we know is that TikTok is owned by ByteDance, which is a Chinese company. And, China has some laws that say that, their companies have to, cooperate with the Chinese government if asked. And that, I think, is the basis, of a lot of this, that there's a potential. I don't think that there's been any kind of proof that any of this has actually happened. And I know TikTok has denied, multiple times. They said they've never been asked to do anything like this, and they never would do it if asked. They're, keeping U.S. user data like it's not in China, so they wouldn't be able to. Like, obviously, a lot of, government officials and, in states and on federal level don't believe them.
Yeah, the government officials may be a little nervous about TikTok, but clearly a lot of other people aren't, because it seems like, every time I open up to Google anything, there's a TikTok video that pops up somewhere. Sara Morrison, thank you very much.
Thank you.